All right, good morning, folks. It looks like we got some storms coming in today, some rain. Uh, Great show last night on Dave's Guitar Channel with Dave and Joe. Uh, yeah, just another day. Woke up about I don't know, hour ago or so. About 10 o'clock. Oh, I actually got to bed kind of early. I think it was 2 o'clock in the morning. That's good. So another day, more madness on YouTube, I imagine. I don't know. But folks, you can still get the Johnny Kramer Association with Dave Levine uh, T-shirts on his channel. Um, Dave Levine's channel. Go and check out his apparel. His merchandise, and scroll through his merchandise, and you'll find the Johnny Kramer T-shirts. No, I don't make nothing off of it. But other than that, great day. I think. I don't know. Like I said, I just got up about an hour ago. And it's all cloudy out and crappy. And I think the temperature dropped down into the low 50s, 40s or something. So rain coming and yeah, yeah. Got to get ready for that. I see that some people are asking, and Benny Keys is asking for these people, Candace and some other guy to come clean about something. So I imagine something's up with that case, the Summer Wells case, which has gone downhill. Uh, yeah, just like so many other cases too. But check out the Real Griff or Griff's Investigation channel. He changed it. Check his channel out. I watch that once in a while. Um, yeah, uh, not too much to say. You know, just woke up, having my coffee. Oh wait, this is the original design that I made that commercial for you, that infomercial. I'm telling you, that was a great video. I accidentally deleted it, I think. I got to make another info commercial for Dave's channel. Ah, I still have the original uh, T-shirt design. Uh, I got it hung up in the closet, Dave. So, and I got the original coffee mug designs that you sent me. I don't even wear my T-shirt. I do once in a while, but I don't want to get it all dirty. And the coffee cups of the design of a stick guy playing a guitar. Uh, I don't even drink out of them. I don't want to get them all dirty and everything. So I got them put away so they stay nice and good. I'll wait for my next T-shirt design to come out and get more coffee cups or T-shirts. Then I'll start wearing the ones I got. But yeah, Dave, I've been telling people they can check out your channel and T-shirt design or whatever, the Johnny Kramer T-shirts. Yeah, it was okay. What's up with Crowbar? What happened to Crowbar? I didn't see Crowbar last night. I noticed they shut him down. Hello, Lynn. Lynn, I was watching Burden last night. Were you on there? Excuse me. I was looking to see if you were on panel last night. And ex- let let uh let Burden know. Be safe uh, before you let people on their panel. She changed her mind. Well, just let her know. Be safe. Make sure she knows who the people are that are coming up on her panel. There should be a thing where you look behind scenes or whatever to see if it really is who they say they are before you let them up on panel. Um, I remember watching Dave's one night, and Dave didn't check behind the scenes, and some dude wanted to be up on his panel, and Dave let him up on the panel, but didn't check behind the scenes, and the guy came up, and the guy was naked, penis flapping all over. Dave's like, "What the?" He had to shut that video down real quick. So you always check behind scenes before you let people up on your panel. She is not going to read it out loud. Read what out loud, Lynn? Krellbar usually watches crime channels on Monday night. I don't know. I don't know. I don't pry into these people's lives. Although they pry into mine, I don't. I wasn't raised to, pry into people's lives to try and get junk on them to try and do damage or whatever. But no, I don't. But I was kind of shocked not seeing Krellbar. But there's a change on Dave's. He went from Sunday to Monday. Maybe Krellbar can't do Monday nights. I don't know. Maybe he's a little under the weather or whatever. I hear the weather's kind of crappy out there. Oh, the Klein interview. Yeah, I've seen some of the documentation on his interview, the transcripts on it, and there's another crazy case that has just gone nuts. I was already on Dave's channel a couple times. I don't know, two, three times or something like that, four times. If I would go up there, if Krellbar and them guys are going to be up there, but you start getting too many people up on panel. You can't understand. Everyone's talking at one time, and it's like, so I don't know. I might if go up there again if Dave asked me to, or I always ask before I go up on panel. I was thinking about doing a T T shirt thing or whatever, like Dave did. and doing my own thing, but I don't know what the rules are. I mean, are there rules on YouTube where I need to have 1,000 subs before I can sell merchandise? Or can I sell merchandise without having 1,000 subs? Now, I'll have to talk to Dave about that and see. He probably knows about that. And you know what? I noticed people were bringing up. I've been watching Emily's channel. She's got new music out. And somebody Joe last night brought up, is she using your logo or whatever? Because it does look like Dave. I was looking at her logo and I'm going, I wonder if Levine did that. Uh, what makes me tick? I don't know. And the same thing, everybody. I'm just like everybody else, but my mind works different, and I got probably a bigger, more crazier uh, imagination. But you know, same thing as everyone else. Guitars. I love cars, um, motorcycles, and definitely guitars and equipment and stuff like that. At first, it was when I first got my studio, my in-house home studio Pro Tools. I was nothing but plugins. I had a whole bunch of reviewing plugins, the Kramer plugins, Eddie Kramer plugins, Waves plugins. Um, and then it was guitars. I had a whole bunch of guitars, and now I'm only down to 2 guitars and one set of studio monitors. And I think one of my studio monitors has gone bad. And I'm gonna have to get another set of studio monitors. I got to get back into Pro Tools. At one time, I was getting into that Pro Tools thing and plugins for the Pro Tools. What else makes me tick? A beautiful woman. I'm just like any other dude. Yeah, I'm just like any other dude. Did you guys see the new Kramer SM1 single pickup? Neck through that are just come out last month, I think. I was asking people in Dave's channel, did you guys check out the new Kramer? And that should be cheaper than the original SM1. I'm gonna have to check on the prices. Well, because there's one less pickup, so there should be a little bit of a price difference there. And you ain't got all the knobs. You only got one knob, and that is a volume knob plus a tap coil knob, so you can tap into that coil and split it. I'll have to read the rest of it, but it could be. Uh, it could be a phase tap coil. So, but the guitar looks sweet. I would like to change the inlays on the guitar if they ever said, hey, what do you want to do? I'd change the inlays. I mean, I like the inlays. Okay, a lot of people say that they look like claws or, you know, I don't know. But I'd change the inlays. Don't get me wrong, I like them, but I would change the inlays on the fretboard. Use my old uh, logo from when I was in grammar school or whatever, and use that Kramer name logo, that the block letter. Um, I don't know. Was anyone else in art in high school or in grammar school, 8th grade, 7th grade? Oh, I don't know a lot about gear. I really don't care if it plugs in and it plays and works, or if I don't. I don't. I don't know a lot about gear. I just I try and listen and learn as I go. I was asking last night. Dave needs to do a guitar pedal video, and a guitar pedal video. His guitars in all of his amps, and just lay them pedals out on the floor, and just go through every pedal. A lot of people get into that. A lot of people like looking at people's gear because they're like, I always wanted to try one of them pedals, but you know, people, and you get a lot of views and unboxings videos. Bendejo, did I ever tell you about one time I ordered a guitar from California, and I was gonna do an unboxing. I was gonna do an unboxing video on it, and it showed up here as I was in the middle of a video I was doing, and I'm like, let's do an unboxing video. So I started unboxing it, and the guitar came out in pieces on video. So I called Guitar Center, and I'm like, who sent this guitar? It wasn't even wrapped. It was just one layer of bubble wrap shoved in a box, and that was it. And I called back there, and I was like, I got that guitar. They're like, yeah, how was it? I said, well, check my video out. Yeah. They're like, did it turn out good? And no, just check the video out. Then I called them. I said, you see the video? It was in pieces. They're like, oh, sorry. We're sorry about that. We'll send you one right out. And I was like, oh, man. What do I do with this one? The headstock's busted on it. The the bridge was busted on it. The saddle. I was like, what the heck? Who is doing the shipping out there? Who's packing? And they were like, well, we just got this new guy that started. And I was like, all right, I'll let it pass. I wasn't mad or anything. Uh, and I'm like, well, what do you want me to do with this guitar? And they're like, well, I'm going to call the Fort Wayne Guitar Center by you and bring it to them. And then we'll exchange it there or whatever, or you could pick out a new one. Or so that's what I did. I drove down to Fort Wayne, Indiana, walked in there, and they're like, what's up, Kramer? What are you doing here today? So I unboxed the video. I unboxed the guitar in front of them guys at Guitar Center, and I was like, I'm trying to do box videos, and whoever packed this dang thing, and I opened up the box and looked, showed them, and then I pulled the guitar out. And one of the dudes down there was like, oh, geez, did you get that from us? I'm like, no, I got it from California. They shipped it out here. And they were like, oh, boy, who packed it? I'm like, I don't know. I called them. And so they were like, they gave me a brand new one. They took the one I gave them. It was all busted up. And they were like, here, dude, take this home and try this out. If they don't feel right, sound good, bring it back in. And I'll tell you what, I'm missing, and this is no lie. I'm missing that Guitar Center in Fort Wayne. I just about knew all them dudes down there. I was in there all the time buying stuff. Uh, and they shut that store down. And I'm shocked that they shut it down. But it was right by Sweetwater. Maybe that had something to do with it, but I don't think so. I hope they open up back in Fort Wayne. My guitar, I purchased the guitar then. They said they didn't have it, and they called about other ones, and they shipped me one without my confirmation. Oh, really? Did you keep it? You should have kept it and said, no, this ain't the one. Send me the real one. I'll keep this one, but send me the one I want. You kept it? Yeah. Oh, it was a floor model they sent you? There ain't nothing wrong with floor models. I'll get a floor model if it's in great shape. There's no scratches on it, no dings or nothing like that. I'll buy it. I bought guitars that were used that were in perfect condition. No scratches, nothing. Bendejo, you should go up on Dave's panel. There are some people telling me I should leave from some of these channels and concentrate on building my own channel, that I don't need to be on other people's channels to have a great channel. And I don't know. I don't know. So I found a Dimebag Darrell's uh, guitar at the pawn shop out here, all black. And it's a set neck, just like the one he's got, uh, all black. And it's got the nitro finish on it. I believe it's a nitro finish. They want $450 for it used. Now, granted, it is in good shape. It ain't all scratched up or anything, but it don't have the Floyd Rose. And I think 450 for the one without the Floyd Rose is a little bit expensive. Now, if it was the Floyd Rose one, I'd probably buy it, but I'm determining whether to buy it or not. Uh, and they had a Epiphone Black Beauty custom up there for 450, and I thought that was a little priced too much because all the gold was wore off of the pickups and the saddle, uh, and that would have to be changed. It would have to be restored back to its. I mean, the paint on it didn't look bad. It wasn't all scratched up, and the logo was still good, but uh, I don't know. They did have a Lotus that looked like a Stratocaster, right? But it has a Schaller tremolo system in it. I believe it is. A trem bar or whatever, for $150. And I was like, Now, you usually don't see them Schallers. Now, I looked to see if that guitar came custom or came from the factory with a Schaller tremolo system in it. Um, I haven't seen one yet. Maybe the guy put it in so he can do dive bombs and all that. And it has the locking headstock on it for the trem system. So I'm not sure. Maybe I'll buy that. It was a Olympic white or cream colored white. It's like a cream color. Yeah, I seen that video. I watched a lot of Van Halen stuff where he plays with the drumstick and stuff. Yeah. I don't know if you're watching or not, but one of my mods a long time ago sent me some photos on a case that I was uh, reviewing or whatever, and they sent me some photos of some stuff on the Gabby Petito case. And I want to thank them for sending me photos and stuff in my email and everything on that. And yes, that was her, and I do believe she had a gun. They did have a gun. And the other photos that just cracked my back that they sent me, you know, thanks for them photos. Uh, and that helps to prove a case. And remember, be safe. Before you let anybody up on their panel, check behind scenes to make sure they're not naked or they are the people they say they are. And, you know, I've seen that happen with a little lady that's a crime fighter channel or whatever. And some guy popped up on there and she's like, I don't know this guy. I didn't want to step out of my boundaries and say, hey, get the heck off her panel. Well, I kind of did, and my apologies, but it wasn't my place uh, to say anything because people got mad at me, and I was like, "Hey, I'm just, you know, uh, looking out for her. She don't need these idiots to have a great channel. So you can't overstep your boundaries in a chat room. You know, uh, Your hand is sore. You were pulling weeds at your parents. Well, that's a good kid. That's a good kid. You're pulling stickers out of your hand. Well, get yourself one of them little shovels, Bendejo. And then you could just, instead of pulling them, dig them out. One of them little garden. Or put a pair of gloves on. Just kidding. What are you talking about, Lynn? Hold on a minute. Let me see what Lynn said. The Klein interview. Yeah. She is not going to read out loud. No, she changed her mind. Just kidding. Lynn, what are you just kidding about? Well, maybe I can get some good storm footage today when that storm comes through. It's cloudy out right now. No naked people. Yeah, you got to be careful. I've seen that happen on channels. They don't check behind the scenes. And then they let the people up on panel and it's too late. You get that glimpse of a naked person and you're like, oh God, I don't want to see that. Yeah. That happened to that happened to Zach Wild's page. He got hacked and they hacked it and put pornos all over it. One day I woke up and I went to go check out his Facebook page, check out some riffs he was doing. He was playing a Epiphone Master built acoustic that was made for him. That was a master built. And I clicked on it to go watch it. And I was in there watching it and people started chatting and people were posting porno videos. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to watch a Guitar Hero, play guitar. And people are posting all these porn videos or whatever. And come to find out, a couple days later, he made a video that someone hacked his account or something. They were nothing wrong with porn, nothing wrong. I got nothing against them people, but when I'm watching a guitar channel, I want to watch stuff about guitar or equipment or something like that, or watch what they're doing. Not porn. If I want to watch porn, I'll shut the computer off and go to Pornhub or shut the or whatever, chatty, bang, bang, whatever this stuff is that they have on there. I don't know. But when you're on YouTube and you're watching a channel, you don't want to see porn, Not that there's anything against that for you guys. Not trying to step on anyone's toes. You showered, crying face. I know, I seen that. Why? It got deleted by Google. What did? Oh, you took a shower crying face? I don't know. I think so. No, naked people. You're right. I got deleted by Google, or it got deleted by Google. I showed crying face. Yes. Yes. No. You know, I went and got some cheap coffee at the dollar store, a small container of it. And I'm used to drinking Maxwell House. I used to drink Folgers, but I was watching this uh, Tom Petty video, and Tom Petty said the best cup of coffee he ever had was Maxwell House. He went to a coffee place or something, and he had a cup of coffee. He said it was the greatest cup of coffee he ever had. So he asked the people what it was. It was Maxwell House. But the way they made the coffee was the perfect blend, meaning the perfect blend of water and coffee. And so I tried Maxwell House, and it tastes pretty good. So, but last week I went and got a small container of some cheap stuff, and you can tell the difference. I mean, it tastes okay, but it ain't Maxwell House. No, I didn't. You were taking a shower, and the were you taking a shower and Google deleted your video? It said it got deleted by Google. Pulling stickers. No, that's Pendejo. Just kidding. I don't know, Lynn. I'm kind of still waking up a little bit. You added a C. Instead of naked, you added cake, cat. I don't know. Yeah, I did notice Joe changed his computer room around. What happened to all the movie action figures that he had? Maxwell House was my ex girlfriend's favorite. He used to buy it. Yeah, it don't taste bad. If you make it right, it tastes pretty dang good. I was like, hey, this tastes pretty dang good. Never mind, Lynn said. Lynn, explain it to me over again. I'm kind of slow. I'll catch you. I wasn't sure if you said you were. I showed. Oh, you showed a crying face. Yes, I seen that. No naked people, and she's upset because they won't show naked people. I don't know. Never mind. That was a great song, wasn't it? Oh no, that was Nevermore or whatever. I showed a crying face. Yes, I seen it with rivers of tears flowing from your eyes. And now she's laughing. She wanted me to be sad for her. She's sad. All right, Glenn. Then she's laughing because yes, I seen it. I know I need to take a shower too. I didn't take one last night. I just fell asleep. I need to take one today. You get so wrapped up in the things, you know. I can't wait for this new computer system. I can't wait. But this time I'm doing it right. I'm getting the antivirus hacking, I'm getting the whole thing. Not this free crap that they have out. The whole dang thing, hacker thing, before I go on with that computer. Uh, Lynn, now what's so funny? a man thing appears on someone's channel. Yes, it did. Yeah, I was blinded. I was like, oh my God, what the heck is going on? You know, so you got to be careful when you're live and you bring people up onto your panel. You got to be careful, and you got to be careful because these people that are involved in some of these crime cases are going around, and they're getting on people's channels. And you know me, you know how I am. I watch for anybody that's using the Kramer name in a bad way or anything. I'm like Gene Simmons, but a lot smaller, and I don't have Gene Simmons money. But I watch for people using the Kramer name and trying to run it into the ground. And you know, it happens. People come up on channel naked, and I'm like, what the heck? Well, people don't check back screen before they let people up on channel, and then next thing you know, and like I was saying, some of these dudes that are implicated in some of these cases, meaning suspects or just nut jobs, you don't want them on your channel or panel because if crap happens and they get locked up or something or yada yada yada, the police, you know, the government could say, well, we've been tracking him digitally, and he's on this channel, he's on that channel. We got data of him talking between these. You know, you don't want to get wrapped up into that. A lot of people are asking, when are you going to have people come up on your panel? Well, I don't know. No, I wasn't aroused at all. Actually, I shut down. I didn't watch it. You know, I waited until they were done, then I went back and checked it out. Yeah, and I remember the creator said, "Did you see that? Did you guys see what I seen?" And I was like, "Yeah, too late. I'm blinded. I don't think I'll ever be the same." So you got to be safe. And like I said, these people are in such deep crap that they'll go on anyone's channel, or they'll cause, you know, so you're it's like they want to implicate you into the case. And I'm just like, no. And that's why I got a little upset when I seen that uh, Ernie dude pop up on that woman's channel. I was like, I knew it was him because I've been watching that case and them idiots, and they've been doing that kind of stuff. So I was just like, my blood was boiling. I'm like, man, I hope this dude don't mess with these ladies in this chat or on the channel. Uh, you know, you watch a channel for 6 months, a year, you grow attached to the people within the chat. Uh-oh, Lynn, now what happened? Why Lynn's throwing the skull and bones at me? Good God, did I say something to upset her? I don't know. Guys, make sure you check out the new Kramer SM1 uh, with the single pickup, tap coil, one volume, knob, tap coil, volume. Uh, Floyd Rose, you know, neck through. Great guitar. You know, it's just, I want to get into exotic woods and inlays and stuff, like my Kramer custom Les Paul. You know, I love ebony, love mother of pearl, um, love the gold. You know, I'd like to see more gold hardware. on some of these guitars. On some of these guitars, it makes it look more vintage, more older, that antique look. You know, I don't know. Lynn, is everything okay? I seen you posted the Skull and Bones. Hope I didn't upset you. Hope I didn't. But yes, you're right, Lynn. Lynn posted. Lynn posted on there. A man's thing appeared on someone's channel. I saw it. She saw it. She put up the face with the mouth open, like, oh my God, and two little hands on her face. I know, Lynn, it was, hey, what people do behind closed doors or whatever is one thing, but when you're on TV, on YouTube or whatever, and these people showed it's not right with a skull and bone. Oh, all right. I keep lighting a cigarette. I put it out. Then I pick it up and light it again, take a puff off of it, and then I put it out. I'm going to kick this habit one day. So if that little lady is watching out there, I didn't mean no harm to get up. I did get kind of upset. I wasn't jealous. I think she's has a man. But what I was upset about is these these people are going around trying to wreck channels with alt uh, accounts, and that's how I believe he got in on the panel. And that's what upsets me is it's a good channel, and they don't need to interview these people to have a good channel. But I can already tell what they're trying to do. They're trying to implicate people into their little world when these people are already under investigation. You know, I, it's a curse. Dang curses. We'll figure it out. Lynn, I did check out that plane crash that you were talking about. They're saying it was a 737, but I seen the crash site. It didn't look like a 737 to me. They said it was a Boeing 737 passenger airline, but them are huge, giant planes. I don't know. I'll have to look at it more, but I guess it crashed and then it sparked a forest fire. Yeah, that's another thing too. I gotta watch these people and that use the first name Johnny or John Kramer or Johnny Kramer or anything like that. You know, who came out a little while ago? Johnny Five. You know, who came out with the other thing or whatever? You gotta watch. You gotta be careful. These people will They will do whatever they can to make a dollar or try and steal your whole life from you, your whole identity. All your ideals, everything. I mean, it's a sinister world we live in. You just got to be safe. I have given up on the Gene Simmons technique of picking up women. Sorry, Gene, but I ain't got the money to get me out of lawsuits or anything. Well, Gene Simmons' technique is you let a woman know that you're interested in her, that you're attracted to her, but them usually gets you usually get smacked in the face when you say something like that. But so I've given up on the Gene Simmons technique of trying to find a woman. Want to thank Gene for that one. You know, I forgot these technique Gene Simmons used. It's Gene Simmons, you know, from Kiss. He's got money, plus he's Gene Simmons from Kiss. So women react different than me. Yeah. So I've given up on the Gene Simmons techniques to pick up a beautiful woman. Uh, now all I have to do is I'll try maybe I'll try the Paul Stanley technique. I don't know. No, Paul Stanley. No, I don't know, but another boring day. The police always hype us up for nothing. Do you think an arrest or nothing will come from it? On what case, Lynn? On the Summer Wells case or the Delphi case? If you're talking about the Summer Wells case, I'm sure they're going to be making arrests here pretty soon. It's these people are going around using alt accounts, making fake accounts, attacking people. And now, you know what I noticed? They all became friends with Candace Wells and Benny Keys and who's that other guy? Ernie Shell, the guy that came up on panel on another channel that I was watching yesterday or the day before. And they all became friends with Candace. And I'm like, yeah, something's fishy about this whole thing. The Delphi case, I think they already have some people in that area, Lynn, that they all knew each other through drugs or whatever they had going down there, their gang or whatever. What gang was it? I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, the Summer Wells case is out of hand. Now they're saying that maybe she was shot because she was in the refrigerator. Maybe the boys went out shooting and didn't know she was in the refrigerator. You know, we don't know. We really don't know. We don't have all the evidence. You got Jose that said they were abused, the kids were abused. But then you have the parents saying Jose, they don't even know Jose's last name. Where did Jose come from? And Jose did the boot scoop boogie out of there, you know. And then he said he threw his phone in the bottom of the sea. Well, if he was completely innocent and had nothing to do with nothing, why did he throw his phone away into the sea? Yeah, that's just, I don't know. But then again, you can't believe anything these people say. Why? Probably because they're struggling for air to keep their heads above ground because they realize that they're just so messed up. You know, I don't know. But I got dinner dishes to do from last night. I got to pick up around here from last night. So I'm waiting for that storm to come in. It's all cloudy out. And then I might do some storm videos. Hopefully, we get a good storm in here. But yeah, just be safe. Lynn, tell Burden of Hope or Burden of Proof, be safe before she lets people up on her panel. Make sure the people are who they say they are. And if she don't know them, then don't let them up on panel and be safe. Don't be letting these people that are involved in a open case be on their panel because that if they say something or whatever, these ladies don't understand that they can get pulled into court uh, to testify or whatever. And I just don't want that happening to certain channels that have nothing to do with it, but they're trying to suck these people into that case. And I do have to admit, I was upset. I was a little upset because as soon as I seen his face pop up, I'm like, wait a minute. Where'd this dude come from? I hope to God she don't know this dude, and I hope to God she ain't involved with the dude. But all I said was, I hope the dude don't mess with the women in that chat because they're good women. You know. So, but make sure you check out your. Like I said, does anyone out there know? Can I just make my own apparel, or do I need so many views before I can sell my own T-shirts? Does anyone know that? Does anybody know anything? Like now, I got Dave Levine on Dave's Guitar Channel is selling Johnny Kramer T-shirts. Can I do that without having 1,000 subs on my channel through T Tree or whatever it is? Dave don't have copyrights to my name. Who the F does? Are you kidding me? I don't think so. I think it's the other way around, Bendeo. Oh my God, what is wrong with these people today? I don't know. That's my name, Bendejo. That's my design of the Kramer name on the guitars. That's my family name that was here before Kramer Guitars. No, nobody owns copyrights to me. Oh, good God. Dave will be forced to sue. Yeah, good luck, Dave. Good luck. Get in line. Get in line. Actually, I have a team of lawyers, Bendejo. I don't think I'll be getting sued anytime soon. And Dave ain't the one causing trouble. It's Bendejo. I don't know. Unless Bendejo is Dave in an alt account. I don't know. Bendejo's. I wonder if Dave sent Bendejo over here to say he's going to sue me for copyrights. I can't believe this. It's unreal. I'm going to have to message Dave and say, Dave, can you please get this Bendejo? He's over here saying you're going to sue me for copyrights. On my own name. Dave, please come get Bendejo. I know he's from your channel, Dave. I know it. I've seen him over there. Oh, God. I ain't worried about it. No, I gave Dave permission to make T-shirts with my name. I don't make nothing from it or nothing. So I don't know why Bendejo's over here threatening me that Dave's going to sue me for copyrights. Go ahead, Dave. Sue, get in line. I don't know. You know, a lot of people are upset at Gibson. What's going on at Gibson? I don't know. They just have lost their power in guitar today. They do. You know, at one time, Gibson was a powerhouse. And just not so much anymore. It's gone down the tubes. People are like, who's running the show? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? Not me, because for one, you always you take care of the product, the customer. You listen to your customers of what they need, what they want. And they just don't. They're like, we're Gibson. You don't tell us what to do. Well, all right, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but watch your guitar. Watch your guitars drop in sales, and they are dramatically. No one's got 10 grand, 5 grand to buy a guitar. That the company just ain't producing guitars like they used to. The craftsman on it, it just ain't the way it used to be. And a lot of people are speaking up. What's going on? And I'm like, hey, you're not going to, they're like, well, Gibson owns Kramer now and everything. Gibson owns nothing but a dream that has gone downhill since certain individuals left Gibson. It's just not the same anymore. And I don't want to see that happen to Kramer guitars. It's a name. And we take pride in that name. And we just don't want to see it go down the tubes. And I'm sure there is something in the clause that, hey, if shit goes down, you're not going to wipe out, you're not going to wreck the Kramer name. I don't care how much money you got or who you know. It just ain't going to happen that way. And I'll call China and produce the J.K. Kramer guitars. You can't do that. Don't tell me what I can't and can't do. It's free enterprise. I can do whatever I want. You can't use that. Don't tell me I could. You want me to get my high school logos out and show you what, tell me what I can and can't do. There's only one person that tells me what I can't do. God and my parents. And that's about it. and maybe my kids. That's about it. And the woman I'm in love with, which I'm not with, so nobody tells me what to do. I don't know, Bendejo. Go look. Go check Guitar Center and see. I don't know. I don't know it all. Quit trying to be this person that knows everything. I don't know what a music man 50 watt tube amp costs. I don't know. Quit trying to start wars, Bendejo. Or are you Dave? Or are you Mishmash? One of the two. I don't know. No, I don't watch Mimi Sounds, Bendejo. She's a 19-year-old girl. Everybody's check out Mimi. She's a great guitar player, but she's 19. Which I would like to. I did comment on her video. Miss Mimi Sounds. You're a great guitar player, but that guitar looks like it's uncomfortable. And now I seen a video where she stood up and one of her flotation devices is a little smaller than the other one, and that's because it's constantly rusting on that horn on the guitar of the cut on the guitar. And it's got, it looks kind of uncomfortable for her. So I did comment, I would like to come up with a guitar designed for the bigger flotation device women that where it ain't in their way. Jesus Christ, deny your maker. All right, I got stuff to do. Dave, can you get a hold of Bendejo and tell him to quit being an idiot on my channel? I don't send people over to your channel, Dave. Good God. Yeah, and that's the problem. I have been sending people to his channel. He's sending idiots over here. All right, you think you know some? I know nothing, Bendejo. I don't know how much a Music Man 50-watt tube costs today. My mind ain't nowhere near or what it used to be. And, no offense, Bendejo, but please, I'm asking you nicely. Can you quit coming to my channel and trying to wreck it? I hope they don't track him back to the Little Bean channel. I'm a big fan of Norm's guitars. I've been watching Norm for a while. You talk about a dude that's got guitars. Norm's got tons of guitars. Great channel. I watch it all the time. I even go on his website and look and see what kind of stuff they got, what kind of Kramer stuff he's got. And, but the price of guitars today have gone up so much. Even the used. I'm like, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. These people are getting top dollar for used equipment. I'm like, it just ain't worth it. And they're like, what do you mean? The price, everything's gone up yet. Well, it ain't worth it no more. If you people haven't noticed, guitar sales uh, have dropped dramatically. Brand new. What's selling is the used. That's what's selling, and you're not seeing people going buying $5,000-$10,000 guitars. 7,000 and not even 3,000 anymore. There are some people, but yeah, Norms is a great place. He's got guitars. Now, I don't know these people personally, but I go to his channel and I watch Norm's guitar. I watch Joe Bonamassa's Nerdville, Steve Vai's Harmony Hut, Daryl's House. Always watch that. A lot of guitar stuff. But do I know these people? I don't know, maybe spiritually. But, I don't go in people's channels and tear down their work, or their opinions or whatever. Bendejo is tired of going to Norms. I never went to Norms. It was like, what's the point? Just to get the stink eye. Not the one that winks, but the one that stinks. I know what you're saying, Bendejo. I walked into places where people were like, well, who the heck are you? Uh, Johnny Kramer, or John Kramer. And they'd be like, John Kramer? What? Who? Yeah, Johnny Kramer. Well, who the heck are you? I'm nobody. Yeah. No, but I don't walk into a place like I own it. But I don't let people get away with thinking they could just try and rip me off, and like I ain't got no power or nothing. I wait for the people to try and pull a fast one. Then I call and say, hey, uh, I got a little problem down there, and then I explain the problem to I talk to people, head guys or whatever. Sent me emails from Guitar Center and stuff. If you have any problems, contact them. And I'll tell you what, I bought a guitar from Massachusetts, Maine, or something, and I talked to the guy for about a half hour. I didn't see the guitar. All I could see is a photo on the used Guitar Center, and I said, dude, I'll buy that guitar, but one thing, I want you to go get the guitar, and I want you to put it in your hands, and I want you to describe exactly what the guitar looks like, any blemishes, anything. The guy said, all right, hold on. About 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, he came back. He said, I got the guitar right here. I'm looking at it. And I said, I'm taking your word on it. Now, this is what's going to happen. I won't ever buy from this store again if this guitar shows up and it's not what you say it is. I said, be honest, tell me. And he did. He looked at the whole thing, you know. He explained what was wrong with it, which there was nothing wrong with it. There was a little tiny blemish on the back of it, maybe looked like not even, you could barely see it. He said maybe somebody rubbed it against a buckle or a button or something, but it's barely recognizable. And I said, all right, dude, I'm taking your word. I'll buy it. Uh, and I said, no, this is going to determine whether I buy from this store or not ever again. And the guy was real polite, calling me Mr. Kramer and everything. I said, I'll take it. He shipped it. It got here. And the guitar was what he said it was. And I called the guy back and I said, I'm going to do a shout out video for your store. And he gave me his name and I did a video. I mentioned his name and that store in the video. And I said, the dude said that the guitar was what it was. And I'll buy from that store again. So, and I've done other shout out videos. Uh, Bought a bunch of guitars from California, mm, Michigan, down south, the dirty south. Uh, I bought a Epiphone Les Paul Zach Wild Bullseye guitar, and I called. That was another dude I called, talked to him for about a half an hour, and I said, "Tell me about the guitar. I want to make sure the guitar is there, and this ain't being shipped from another store. And the guy said the guitar's in great shape. It's got a little bit of a nick in it on the back of it, and I was like, you know what? I couldn't find. It was cheap. I couldn't find one. They had one. It was the only one they had on the whole website of Guitar Center. And the guy said, "Oh no, it's fine." I said, "Ship it to me. I'll take it." And it got here, and it had a chunk of wood missing out the back of it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep it because I couldn't get my hands on another one. And then Epiphone Les Paul Zach Wild edition with the bullseye on it, the yellowish one with the black. That thing had a baseball size neck on it, like you were holding a baseball bat. It was giant. But I held it in. It was a Les Paul custom Epiphone Zach Wild Bullseye guitar, which on my Facebook page, I think I got photos of it. But I only had that guitar for about 5 months, and I ended up selling it. So what I am kicking myself in the butt for is selling my Kramer banana headstock Van Halen guitar, Frankenstein, but it was the 5150. Had the sticker on it, 5150. I'm kicking myself in the butt for selling that guitar. I should have kept that guitar. But there was a couple imperfections in the guitar. When they drilled the studs for the Floyd Rose, the mounts to hold the Floyd onto the guitar, the two pin rails, they didn't calculate right, and it came out into the cavity of the back of the guitar. And I was like, oh man, I didn't see it until after I went ahead and bought the guitar and took it apart to examine it, make sure it was all good. And that's when I noticed they made a slight miscalculation when they drilled into the cavity for the pins. One of the pins, you could just see the metal of the anchor that they pound into the guitar, and then they put the pin in there that the Floyd Rose rests on. There's a pin sits in there, and that allows the Floyd Rose to float. Well, they miscalculated. It was over a little bit and went into the cavity. Now, you know me. What did I do? Well, I got some epoxy, and I put a thin layer over that spot so it was anchored. It wasn't going to go nowhere. Wouldn't shift, wouldn't do anything. You want that Floyd Rose to stay in place. You don't want any movement, anything in there. And then I put the guitar in the case and just let it sit there. It played great, everything. But then I ran into troubles, needed some money, and I went to Guitar Center and went ahead and sold it back to them. I bought guitars from Guitar Center. And I'm pretty good at polishing and getting scratches out of guitars and stuff. So one time I bought a guitar from Guitar Center. It had a giant scratch right down the center of the front of the guitar, like where they took the two pieces of wood and it separated, but it really didn't. It was a checking mark in the finish, and it was a Kramer Striker Floyd Rose. And I bought it, and they're like, once I bought it, and it showed up at the guitar store in Fort Wayne, they unboxed it. They're like, man, dude, we're sorry, but we didn't see this in the photo, and there's a scratch right down the center of the guitar. And I was like, you know what, dude, I'll take it. It was a midnight blue striker. And I'm like, I love the color. I'm going to take it. I brought it home. I got all my polishing stuff out and everything, and took some compound and everything and went to town on the front of that guitar. And it was looking beautiful. I brought the same guitar back a year later, and they're like, where'd you get this from? I said, this is the guitar I bought from you guys. They're like, what happened to the scratch in it? I buffed it out. They're like, that thing looks great. I'm like, you guys want to buy it? Oh yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. They bought it. They bought it back. They're like, yeah, we'll take it. Looks great. You can't even see that scratch in the front of it. I'm like, no, I took it, buffed it out and everything, and looks beautiful. And the color on it was beautiful. It was just a beautiful midnight blue, or whatever that color was of that year. Um, yeah, I don't know. I try and keep. I treat my guitars like I would treat a woman. I like to keep it looking good. Now, I do like relic guitars, but only certain relic. If there's giant chunks of wood missing out of it, I usually don't buy them. Oh, I can tell it's going to rain. My back is killing me. I'm not going to talk about Uncle Ted's wife. I ain't going to do that. I can't afford any Uncle Ted's guitars. Are you kidding me? That one guitar is worth almost $1 million. Well, like I said, I'm not going to go uh, into this whole thing with guitars and everything, Gibson, and is Gibson going down the tubes and their sales dwindling? Sort of. That's probably why they bought Epiphone. That's probably why they bought uh, Kramer. But here's the thing: there's probably substituents with these guitar companies saying, "Hey, if it gets too bad, we're going to retake control of the business," uh, and they will. I mean, when it comes to that, we don't like our names being ran through the dirt. Um, you know, it's a name. I even got my own family crest and everything. The old family crest. They tried to tell me all kinds of stuff. I'm like, yeah, I don't know who told you people that crap, but you people been sorely mistaken. And they were saying I couldn't call China or have a custom made guitar made, and I can't do this. And I'm like, I don't know who's telling you people that shit, but these people have no clue of who I am. And if I want to have China or Japan or a builder build me a guitar with my name on it, the Kramer name, I can and I will. You can't do this. We'll say, yeah, get in line telling me what I can't do. Are you people Nazis? I don't know. You might be, but I ain't playing their games. You know, it's free enterprise. Well, you can't do that because we own this and you're part of that. I'm nothing. I'm nothing. Just because I have a name, don't mean just because you bought a logo, you don't own me. Gibson don't own me. God dang Gibson. They tried the same thing with Les Paul. When they were putting Les Paul's names on guitars, they tried to do the same thing. Les said, no, that ain't going to work that way. We own Les Paul. We own nothing. You own a name. You don't even own a name. You're using it, borrowing it. You got to explain everything to these people. I don't know. But anyways, folks, check out the Dave Levine Guitar Channel, where you can get Dave Levine t-shirts, mugs. You can also get Johnny Kramer t-shirts there. And like I said, I think maybe I got to see how much views I need before I can start doing advertising or t-shirt stuff on my channel. And Bendejo, can you stop coming over here and causing trouble? Do you work for Ted Nugent or Dave Levine? Which one? Trying to decide who is sending him over here. He could be an alt. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm probably thinking. Now, Bendejo, you don't. Bendejo says he has been losing sleep over the sale of Gibsons. He's been worried about it. Well, here's the thing. Gibson cannot produce a guitar that is cheap enough for the normal person to buy. And that's when I told him, hey, you're going to have to pump out some merch that is cheap. It's like I'm saying with Kramer. Hey, you got the Kramer Beretta Special. Okay, you already got the design for it. You already got the jigs. You already got everything for it. You got all the CN machine. You got all that stuff, all the data from it. Give the people something more. You're going to sell more of them than you are a $5,000 guitar. They can't figure it out. Well, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Give the people more. Give them a Beretta Special neck through. Okay. No Floyd Rose on it. Give them a Beretta Special with a Floyd Rose, but with options of a tap coil or a neck through for $400 or whatever. But they're gonna buy them up. You might not make $1 million, within the first couple months, but you're gonna make big dollars because people are gonna buy them. Why? It's more bang for the buck. And they can't figure it out. What do you mean? All the guitar sales are going down. You know what's really starting to come up? The guitar sales of the Kramer Berettas. Special, the cheap ones. The ones that people are buying are the ones for $179, $200. What are they doing to them? They're making their own adjustments on it. I seen Steve. Steve figured out to cut the transistor off of the volume. Works a lot better, don't it? Sure, it does. He figured out the trem system. Steve from Boston figured out the trem system on the Kramer Beretta, which is a cheap guitar, Beretta Special. You know, I love the blue color one that they came out with, the white one. But you're getting what you pay for. You have to make some adjustments on it, and then it plays like butter, and it sounds great. I would say, don't it, Steve? Sounds pretty good to me. I listened to his channel when he made some adjustments on that guitar, and now it sings like a hummingbird, like a songbird. What pickups in it? No, it's a Kramer pickup. You know, it sounds good. Well, you must be a superstar, Bendejo, if they want you to be on a Zoom interview. You mean Zoom pedals? In the mood, it might be. I might be talking to a rock star right now. Why? I don't know. They do this. They love to do this kind of stuff. Let's monkey with little Johnny. See if we can get his buttons pushed. What I don't like is they think people can't do things. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can. You know, they told Elon Musk you'll never be able to get that giant garbage can up in the sky or whatever. You know, he did. They're just, you know, I love Gibson. Don't get me wrong. I love Gibson guitars, but I ain't got 5-10 grand to blow on a good one. And from what I'm hearing, people ain't happy with the 5-10 grand ones. They just don't. It could be a different builder that they bought in. It could be a different machine operator that's running the machine that is cutting these out. Maybe he didn't program it right, and maybe there's something in there that's just a little off. All I know, and I'm going to be a diehard Gibson. I've owned a couple Gibsons. I'm going to be a diehard Gibson fan for always. But when they start, you know, and I'm not the only one where they're saying the quality has dropped dramatically. Well, it might be new builders. It might be a new CN machine operator that just is just starting, and then, you know, it's just, and then there's tolerances. You know, after so long of that machine, it's got to be calibrated of a CNN machine or CN machine to keep them specs. And some dudes are like, well, we don't want number one off of the lot of guitars, because that's when they're making their adjustments. You know, a lot of dudes want higher numbers because the machine has been running, it's dialed in. Now you're getting true guitars off of the CN machine that are to specs. So everybody has a different view on guitars. People, well, the quality dropped. No, yeah, because the guy that originally started Gibson ain't there no more. The guy that originally was building the guitars ain't there no more. They had to bring in new builders, new machine operators, new people. And that takes time to get everything dialed in. Now, I'm sure once this inflation and everything, that Gibson will be right on top again, as they always are. But you got to listen to your customers. And when a company don't listen to their customers, what happens? Sales drop. Now everyone's like, we love Gibson. We love Gibson guitars, but it's they the quality has dropped. And you see people turning towards different guitars. That's just my opinion. Who am I? I'm nothing. Just an idiot. You know. But that's why Gibson probably bought Epiphone, and which Epiphone is a pretty much a knockoff of a Les Paul. You know. And then you're going to see Gibson buy a bunch of stuff. Why? Well, probably because sales are down, and they got to confiscate the the scales. They got to make adjustments or whatever of the money. So yeah, they probably did buy some businesses. Maybe some guitar stores bought Gibson. I don't know. I'm not in there looking through all their you know documentation of what they do. I don't pry into people's lives. You know, I'm not doing history checks and whatever. You know, because I really don't care. But what upsets me is when these big dogs come around and they say, "Well, you can't do this," and we bought Kramer and we bought this and that. Well, that's good that you bought something. You know, that's real good. But when you start bullying people, well, that's where I have a problem. You know, when they start throwing their weight around, yeah, that's all good, but you know, it's one thing that you can't do this. We'll sue you. Well, get in line. Get in line. We'll do this. Get in line. Always the big dog picking on the little guy, you know. But like I said, I got no problems with Gibson. I've owned some Gibson guitars myself. Uh, I love Gibson guitars, but some people are right. The quality is just eased off. And that's probably, it could be quality control. They might be having a problem with quality control. You know, people that inspect the guitars and might be a new painter that came in that's just starting and ain't dialed in yet. You know, a lot of people don't take this into consideration when they, you know, talk about it or whatever. Gibson has come over a couple people that have taken over the business. You know, and not all of them worked. You know, not all of them picked the guy that's running Gibson now supposedly is the guy that was working for Norm's Guitars. No, I don't know if that's true. Which that guy used to run something to do with jean jackets or something like that. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I was told. You know. So I don't know, but I got things to do. You folks have a great day. Be safe. Remember, Lynn, let your friends know before you let anybody up on panel, make sure who they are and check behind the scenes to make sure that they are who they say they are, and make sure they're dressed and not naked, and just be safe. Now I'm gonna go. I got things to do around here. Bendejo, it's always nice to see you, but I don't know why you come pick on my channel. I don't see you over on Dave's channel saying, Dave, you're wrong. You're this, you're that, you're that. I don't see you over in Uncle Ted's channel saying, Uncle Ted, you suck. Why is it my channel? I don't know. Who sent you? Was it Gibson? Was it Kramer Guitars? Who sent you? We want to know. Inquiry minds want to know. Who's picking on little Johnny Kramer? Huh? I don't pick on people. I try not to. But now you guys have a great day. Be safe. All right. Keep an eye on the storms tonight. Lynn, thanks for stopping in. I'll probably see you over on Burden's channel. Great channel. And Bendejo, I'm sure I'll see you. I tried to pass you off to other people. Joking. I'm joking, Bendejo. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Compton's in the house. Hey, Rick, how you doing? We got rain coming up this way, dudes. So, you guys have a great day. Be safe. Watch the weather. Rick, thanks for stopping in, Ricky Compton. You know, see, Bendejo, you should take lessons from Ricky Compton. Ricky comes in here and he's polite and he's a good guy. You know, you need to take lessons from Ricky Compton, Bendejo. Yeah, Dave's has got shut down, and I think they're going to be shutting down a lot of people that use other people's content, meaning videos. When you show a video of someone else's stuff, and that's what I thought. I thought it was the tornadoes last night. There was a whole bunch of tornado outbreaks down south and heading towards the east. And I thought it was the internet, but it went black. Then it popped down. It popped up. We shut this site down due to copyright contents. Meaning that Dave was showing another video, someone's video, and they shut it right down to nothing. It went black. And a little thing popped up on the screen saying this site has been shut down for copyrights. That's I've never seen that before. Went totally black. That's weird. That was weird. I got back. I thought it was at first. I thought it was the weather. You know, I thought it was the weather, but it wasn't. And I kept going back to that channel. It was just black, and it had that little white paragraph in there. This stream has been shut down due to copyright and something infringement or something like that. I was like, oh crap, they shut them down. You know, they never did that to my videos, but then again, I don't use other people's videos, you know, content or whatever they call it. So that's probably why it's never happened to me. They didn't shut my stream down. They waited until after my stream, and then I would get something from YouTube saying, you either take this video down or we'll take it down for you. They never came in on a live stream and shut me down, you know, saying you can't be, you know, I've never seen that before. I've never seen that happen either, Ricky Compton. And that's the truth. I've never seen that happen before on a lot of these channels. But it happened to Dave last night. They shut him down big. No, I've never seen that in a live stream where they just shut down and then it goes black and then it pops up. This stream has been shut down for copyright infringements or whatever. No, I've never seen that. I don't know. Maybe it's happened to me and I just haven't realized it. But I don't think it's ever happened to me where it's just gone black and then that pop up and say copyrights and we shut this stream down for that. They might be coming down on Dave about that, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't run Dave's channel, so I don't ask Dave, good God, what's wrong with your channel, or what happened or what, It could have been, I think I know who it was, Ricky. I think I know who it is. Bob Dylan. Yeah, he's pissed. Dave's been chewing out Bob Dylan for a while. It could have been old Bobby himself. No, I've never been. Not where they come in and just shut it down and say, you're just looking at a black screen, I thought it was either the pedal board. Dave left the pedal board on and it interfered with the electrical internet system. Or I thought it was the tornado and the bad weathers they were having, but that wasn't the case. He shut down and then he had to restart, but I don't know, but yeah, I was saying Dave should do a guitar pedal. Dave says he's got all kinds of pedals. He should break all them pedals out. And do a pedal board. Yeah, Ricky, I think that's what happened. Old Bobby Dylan come in and said, yeah. Either that or it was one of the, it was Johnny Ramone. Dave said he met Johnny Ramone one time, but said something to Ramone, and Ramone, was it Johnny Ramone? Got pissed off. And Dave's like, what's wrong with this dude? And I guess, I don't know. Dave told the story on his channel. I guess Johnny Ramone got pretty upset at Dave. Why? I don't know. But when you're dealing with rock stars and big dudes that are, they like to be treated a certain way. You say one thing to them, and next thing you know, it's madman, across the water. Yeah, Rick, he should do a pedal board thing. All of his pedals, lay them out on the floor and go through each one. All of his guitars and all the amps and everything he's got. He's got some nice amps. I bet he's got some nice guitars. But Dave's like me. He builds his own. Dave will take something and switch it around, a Mexican Strat, and put a new neck on it, pickups and everything. And it's $1 million guitar. People think you got to have the Gibson name on it for it to be. It's got to have a name brand. It's got to be a big dollar guitar for it to sound good. And you know what? Steve from Boston is pretty much proving all these guys wrong. I do have to say Steve from Boston has one of the best sounding plugins. Everyone's thinking, what are you playing through? Is that a Marshall? Is that a Line 6? It's a plug-in. Everyone's jaw drops. Are you kidding me? No. What's that guitar you're playing? That must be a $5,000 guitar. No, it's a Kramer special, a Beretta special that he made some adjustments on. Was screaming. The guitar was screaming. Sounded great. And them Kramer Berettas do have great necks on them. Yeah, I vote with you, Ricky. I think Dave should do a gear video. But you know what? I don't run Dave's life, and I don't tell people what to do. Dave don't want to, he don't have to. Who might even say people want to see your guitar pedals and your guitars and yeah, the black one that he's got, which is like it's like the Gilmore guitar. Of course, you could buy a real Fender Gilmore guitar if you got $5,000, $10,000, yeah, or I think they're $3 or $4,000, something like that. But Dave made his own. Excuse me. He made his own David Gilmour guitar, and that sounds sweet. And he's got something that David Gilmour didn't have on his Fender guitar. That black and white one was scalloped neck. You know, Gilmour don't have a scalloped neck on his Fender Stratocaster. Dave does. So that's probably a bonus there. Plus, yeah, some of these guitars play great right out of the case. You know who's the best at playing right out of the case? Setup. That is just incredible. Schecter. I don't know how they do it, but I've had many Schecters. Every time I bought a Schecter, brand new, some brand new, most of them are used, but brand new out of the box. I was like, this thing is already set up and tuned and ready to go. It plays beautifully. You know, that's what I like about Schecter. They are great guitars. I had the classic. I had the you name it. I probably had 10 Schecters. Yeah. I like Ibanez too. Ibanez. I had an Ibanez Outlaw. I wish I would have never got rid of that thing. I sold that. I bought that Ibanez Outlaw uh, Les Paul that Ibanez got sued for. I had one of them. I bought it from a pawn shop and ended up, or no, I didn't buy it from a pawn shop. That's right. I sold it to a pawn shop, but I got it from a guy that had a little guitar store here in town where I live. And it was the only guitar store in my town. You know, you had to drive uh, 50, 60 miles to get to a guitar store. I went in there one day. I bought a brand new guitar from the guy. And then I went back because I didn't even know the guitar store was in town here. This was a long time ago when I first moved down here. So I kept going back there, buying strings, buying stuff, taking stuff to him, selling it to him. One day I went in there and I bought a guitar from him, and I was like, dude, this guitar just ain't working out for me. Within a couple days, I went to go jam with some dudes, and I plugged in, tuned up, and went to go jam with them up in Michigan, and the nut exploded, just shot across the room. I know that sounds creepy, but that's what they call at the top of the guitar is a nut. And a couple days later, I went back and I said, dude, I tuned up and everything. And we just got into this song we were working on. And the nut shot out of the guitar across the room. And he looked at it. He's, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, I just want to give you this back and everything. And he's like, hey, wait a minute. I'm like, what? He's like, I got something you might like. And I was like, yeah. And I thought it was gonna. He's like, I'm like, what is it? Uh, he's like, I'll be right back at it. It was in an old case, just falling apart, hard shell case, but it was like back in the day, the cardboard ones or whatever. And he's like, check this out. And he opens it up. There it is, a Black Beauty Ibanez Outlaw with the diamond logo. It looked just like a Gibson, but it said Ibanez on it. Block inlays, uh, gold hardware. He's like, what do you think? As soon as I seen it, I was like, yeah, I'll take that, dude. Let's do that. Brought it home and polished it all up. I played that guitar so much, and this is no lie. I'm not joking. I wore the frets all the way down to where it was practically on fretboard. It was the frets were wore down so far that it was practically like playing on just a fretless guitar. You know, Steve from Boston just showed his Ibanez Outlaw last night or the night before. He did a Randy Rhoads tribute, but his logo was different. It's an Ibanez Outlaw, but the logo was different. The logo I had on my Ibanez Outlaw was the diamond shaped. It looked like a Gibson custom. And I played that guitar for I don't know how many years. I don't know how many years, every single day, and actually wore the frets all the way down to the fretboard. I mean, it was just played beautifully. And I thought, I'm going to have finger buzz and I'm going to have this and that. It didn't buzz. It didn't, it was unreal. And I brought that guitar to the pawn shop, needed some money and pawned it. And they were like, oh, yeah, we'll take that. We'll definitely take that. And it didn't take long. I went back to see if they still had it. It was gone. They sold it right away. Yeah, Steve's got that white cream color Outlaw. Yeah, it is sweet. It is sweet. And I noticed he made a pickup change, I think, maybe in it with the cream colored pickups. And that, I was like, yeah, that's sweet. I'd have to say, Steve from Boston has some of the best sound coming out of a plug-in on his channel. It just them guitars scream. It's a great plug-in. That THU plug-in. Hold on a minute. I gotta go to the bathroom. Hey, Jeff, what's up? I'm thinking about getting one of them, which I already had a couple, but another Beretta special. And there's a Luther out here in Auburn. Ah, and a lot of guys are buying them Beretta specials, and they are upgrading them and putting real Floyd Roses in them and locking tremolo system and everything. And they're screaming guitars. They scream. Everyone's like, "What's that? Is that a Kramer pick? Is it or a Gibson pickup? Is it a JBL?" No, it's a you know, Kramer has always been somebody that has taken a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, people's info, people's aid. What do you think is good? What do you not think is good? You know, and they listen to the customer. Well, they used to. I don't know what they do anymore, but Rick, I hope you're feeling better. It's going around everywhere. What is it? Who knows? Cold, flu. Yeah, the new Kramer they just put out neck through only one pickup, one tone knob or one volume slash uh, tap coil. Uh, yeah, looks sweet, but I do like the inlays, but you know, I don't know. But yeah, they are looking sweet, and they should be a little bit cheaper. Excuse me, than the two pickup system one with the three knobs. And now this is the third SM1 that they put out. You got the SM1 with the two singles, one humbucker in the bottom. I believe I've seen the Kramer SM1 with two humbuckers in it. And now they got the Kramer SM1 with the single pickup in it and only one knob, which also taps in to the coil. Yeah, the Beretta is only 179 bucks. And you know what? They're selling like hotcakes, and people are making mods to them. Uh, putting more springs in the back of them. I see Steve caught on to the little trick of cutting off the uh, the pod on the back of the volume button. He clipped off that little transistor, and the volume is a lot more. It's I do agree with him on that. And he's got that trem system and dialed in now where it stays in tune. But without a locking system, you're gonna still have that guitar go out of tune. But the way he set it up, it's not going to go out of tune as much. Yeah, the Nighthawk in the Jersey, the Richie Sambora guitar. Sure, everybody loves that. I was watching one of his videos one day and uh, was asking what happened to that guitar, and he said he's got the original guitar in a vault, locked up. The original Kramer Jersey Star that he when he came out with Bon Jovi and everything, everybody was like, oh my God, what's that? What's he playing? That was a Kramer guitar. Everybody was like, oh, that guitar is so cool, man. Yeah, yeah, cool. But I guess he said, yeah, he's got that on in a vault, put away. You know, I don't blame him. I do have to admit, he was an underrated guitar player. He was pretty good. Some of them leads and stuff he did was unreal. Yeah, Floyd Rose, they're great if you know what you're doing, how to set them up, and you get them all dialed in. You could just dive bomb that thing. I've done it before. You dive just all the way to the body, the trem bar all the way to the body, and strings just flapping in the wind. You're like, and then you let go of that bar and it goes right back in tune, and you're like, oh yeah. But you got to know how to set them up. You know. And Van Halen was right about that. Eddie was right. It's got nowhere to go. People are like, well, the string's going to stretch. Well, you stretch the strings before you make your adjustments on the Floyd Rose and on your, before you lock the strings down at the top of the nut. You got to stretch the strings and you got to make sure that your Floyd Rose is set. Then, after you make all your adjustments, your action, your all your adjustments, and the strings are stretched, then you lock it down. Then it's got nowhere to go. You know, you can all kinds of crap and let it go, and it's right there in tune. So Eddie Van Halen was right about that. The strings got nowhere to go. Once you stretch the string to its capacity, and they're stretched out or whatever, uh, and then you lock it down, it's got nowhere to go. You know, he was right about that. Yeah, I think the Beretta went up in price. I think it was 179, but it might be up to two. I'm not sure yet. And some places you can't get it; they're out of stock. You got to wait for new stock to come in. Amazing stuff on Hitch a Ride. Awesome tone. You mean the song Hitch a Ride, or you mean is it a YouTube channel? Jeff Polly. I got to turn the heater on, get it warmed up in here. You feel it's all crappy outside. Still waiting for the rain to show up. Maybe I'll be able to get some footage. But I got to get off here. This is a 2 hour video. I can get lost in the talking about guitars. Do I know everything about guitars? No. Do I know everything about gear? No. Do I know everything about plugins or no? Am I the best at anything? No. But it intrigues me and it gets me through the day without going back to being a madman and alcohol and all kinds of stuff. And I'll tell you what, it feels good to be sober, clean. I know a lot of people are upset because I got half of my brain left or back from whatever. But uh, Do I hate Gibson guitars? No, I love Gibson guitars, but I do have to admit they are way they're priced pretty high for a good one. And people are saying they're even buying the good ones, and there's a quality control problem somewhere. Either a CN machine is off, or maybe just quality control ain't picking up on it. But there have been a lot of people saying that they it's dropped off the quality of it. Now, whether that's new machinery or just people coming in and learning to work with it, I'm sure here once everything is said and done, Gibson will be back on top again. You know, I can't afford brand new Gibsons, so when I bought a couple Gibsons, they were used, and they played great. I loved them. All right, I gotta go. Wait, Jeff posted something. Do you know what's better than roses on your piano? What? Do you know what's better than roses on your piano? No, no, Jeff. What? I used to have one of them pianos here, one of them keyboard pianos. I did a couple songs in Pro Tools using the synthesizer stuff or whatever. Yep, Boston's first album. Oh, well, if you can tune a fish, you can tune a piano. Oh, Boston was a great band. There was something about her brought a change over me. And that's what a woman could do. A woman could bring a change over a man. Got to have a deputy. Should have known better. What a great vocalist, Brad. Brad was a great vocalist. Great, great vocalist. What a band. There was another guy, wrote a whole record by himself. Not Brad, the guitar player, Tommy. Whole record by himself in the basement of his house. Then didn't get the sound that he wanted. So he made his own effects. Made his own effects. And now everybody wants a Rockman, the one that he came out with that effects. They're another great dude. Whole record. Ain't it something when the record company says, "All right, get your band together. We're going to sign you and bring everyone into the studio." And Tommy's like, yeah, I got to get a band." What do you mean? I wrote the whole record. Who played everything? Me. Yeah. I can imagine the record company going, "Are you kidding me?" No, wrote the whole thing right here. Yeah, all by myself. And that Boston wasn't even a band. He had to get the band. The band was Tommy, and they had to bring in all these dudes to. That was a great. I was listening to that, and they were like, I was like, "Holy crap!" All right, I got some stuff to do. You guys, thanks for stopping in, Bendejo, Ricky, Jeff, Lynn, uh, and be safe, folks. That's all I could say. And Yeah. Have a good day. Watch out for the tulips on my organ. I don't know. I better check my organ, make sure I ain't got no tulips on there. It's probably someone else's tulips they're trying to send to us. Get them tulips out of here. Them ain't our tulips. Send them to somebody else. No, just joking, Jeff. But I got some stuff to do. I'll be back here in a little while with once this storm comes in with a outdoors video. And maybe later on tonight I'll be back. I want to take a break from YouTube. It's madness. I don't know. Sometimes you need a little break with videos. I'm just gonna watch other people's videos, chat in their chats. So, all right, you folks have a great day, Jeff. Thanks for stopping in, Ricky, Bendejo, Lynn, everyone. I'll see you guys later.